Tears here playing Spider-Man, one of the characters I hate to death but love. It's a love-hate relationship. And we got Ravion PBO in the building.
Uh,
So Team 6, aka I Don't Want It, is Spider-Man, Human Torch, The Thing, Loki, Mantis, and Groot. Alright, so tell me how this composition works. I'm seeing a mix of things here.
so so pretty much it's kind of like a combination of the last composition we talked about and one of our other compositions we talked about in the Make It Stop composition, which pretty much we're Oh, did I just crash?
I think so.
You there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I can't.
I
I
can't
can't
move.
move.
I can't move. Yo,
Mm.
the Matrix. The Matrix got us. Glitch? I think it glitched.
I think we're cooked.
I think it,
We're
yeah.
cooked.
I think it,
We're
hold
getting.
on.
We're,
Wait a minute. I'm gonna leave game. I'm gonna come back. Hold on. All right, stay right there. Okay, press start and then go leave game and come back in.
wait, hold on, hold
It
on.
won't actually have
I,
you
I,
leave
just,
game.
I just left the game. Hold on. Here.
Okay, and then jump back in.
Doing the right thing just makes you feel good, doesn't it? Watch out, they're headed our
Yeah,
way.
I feel like they were maintaining the servers or something.
He was in that thing for a second.
That's a good intro. The Matrix came for us. We was talking about too much of that Rivals, dog. Too much of that Matrix was getting uncoded. All right, let's start from the top. So you're saying this team was a mix of different things? Because I'm looking at the composition just off top, and I'm seeing you have Spider-Man and Human Torch would have a team up. You have Thing, Loki, Mantis, and Groot. So Loki, Mantis, and Groot is like bunker comp. It looks like you got like a brawl, bunker rush type of mix up going on.
Yes. So pretty much, you want to be able to play safely while attacking and doing a lot of damage at the same time.
Okay.
The Johnny Storm being able to pick up the thing and drop him on his enemies, very very annoying.
Right.
Spider-Man being able to swing through and do burning damage, very very annoying as well. And you got Johnny Storm out here with this like flame shotgun, just doing the most for no reason. And then you also have his like little flame balls. Things can get really fantastic really quickly, indeed. But overall, that's pretty much like the idea.
Spider
Just
Fist is ready to punch.
you play safe, you play very dangerously, and it's supposed to make your opponents not want to play against you ever again.
Right.
If there was an avoid this person as an enemy button, you would want them to hit it on you, obviously.
Right.
So, yeah.
And when I see this composition, I'm thinking a couple different things. So Spider-Man is basically going to be the quick, evasive assassin character on your team that's literally going to come in and kill your medics constantly. And most people, let's be honest, most medics cannot handle Spider-Man. Not a good Spider-Man. Good Spider-Man is going to destroy your medics. Human Torch also is very good at killing medics, but also he's a tank killer. So if you have other tanks that are trying to fight the other tanks on the front line, he's going to pretty much burn them to a crisp. But also you have Luna Snow. So like when I see Luna Snow, I'm like, she giving him a snowflake, and she's gonna give a snowflake to Torch up here like this, and she's just gonna heal the tanks. And while she's healing the tanks, or let's say she gives it to Spider-Man, you're gonna have two characters that are gonna be constantly getting heals and assassinating you, like nonstop. But even make matters worse, while you have Groot, Mantis, and Loki, they're gonna be slowly walking the point over. So you have good heals. You can't dive on them; they can dive on you, and they're like rushing you down. This team is like a 50-50, like throw 'em up. It's gonna be heavily dependent on Spider-Man and Torch to kill the medics, but once they kill the medics, Thing is gonna and even Thing can really kill medics. So it's very anti-medic. That's what I'm saying. It's like anti-triple heal. That's how I run this comp would be anti-triple heal. So let's say I'm going against Cloak, Loki, or like Luna Snow, or even Jeff. These three would be very good for chasing all three of them and doing so much damage that they couldn't even really heal each other. On top of that, to make matters worse, as I told you all before, Torch has the unique ability where if he puts down enough actual fire orbs, he can quite literally burn everybody inside of a radius. So if he's doing that and he has triangle and basically taps like triangle right there, you'll see he's going to literally do damage to you. On top of like Loki can literally put down the runes. you're not going to ever be able to dive in on this team unless you have like a good time and they just mess up. This is a team where they're going to have to make a lot of mistakes. It's a very high skill ceiling, but honestly, I like the 50-50 mix. It's kind of like a mix between bunker and actual dive composition. But that was another thing I want to talk to you about. Just on a side note, I've been hearing a lot of. Oh, you made a fantastic for. Check out the flames. But I want to ask you about how do you feel about roll Q in this game? On like comp roll Q.
I'll say definitely I don't know what that word means, and I need the video to be cut for a second for you to explain to me real quick. Just yeah.
Alright, so roll Q, to my understanding, when people played Overwatch, they came up with a thing called roll Q, right? There's a thing going around where you ever been on rank match and people are like, bro, 2 tanks, 2 healers, 2 DPS. There's no other team. And the reason they're saying that is because this came from Overwatch, and technically at one point the 2-2-2 had the highest win rate in the game. Even now you can say 2 DPS, 2 tank, and 2 healers has a high win rate, and the reason is because my theory is it's not that the actual composition is just that good, it's just balanced. So you have 2 people who can throw healing. If one dies, you have another one that heals. 2 DPS, which means if one DPS dies, you have somebody else literally focused on doing damage. And 2 tanks basically means if one tank is having trouble, the other tank can come peel and help out that tank, right? My thing is that I feel like if they did roll Q, they have to do it in a way that wouldn't completely restrict competitive. So let's say you have a mode that has the traditional crazy competitive, like we know what normal, where you can treat whatever team you want, right? But I feel like the roll queue would restrict the casual players as well, because what would happen is we would find out how many people don't know how to play their role. So you'd be loading into a composition where you like, I pick healer, and the game would find you teams that need 2 healers or 1 healer or 3 healers. And I also feel like that'd be like how would they do it, because if they're going off the concept, which people's argument point is the 2-2-2, and you only have 2 tanks, well, we're going to have a shortage of tanks, because most people, although they want people to play tanks, most people do not play tanks on this game because tanks are the hardest thing to play. So that's my worry about the 2-2-2 roll queue, is that if it's just a linear 2-2-2 and you can only pick 2-2-2, it's not going to work, because we're not going to have enough medics. I mean, not enough medics, but not enough tanks, just off the fact most people don't play tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Which I feel like is a greater problem also, because somebody had pointed out that we have more DPS in this game than tanks and medics combined. So I feel like from this perspective, Rivals should shift into going into a point where they actually have more tanks, and then work on healers last, because let's be honest, healers are technically the most powerful and cheesy characters in the game as of right now. They pretty much can carry a team. So you need to have tanks come out first, then healers, but I feel like we have more than enough DPS. Like, the DPS is out of hand.
Yeah.
Like, I love Blade, but I was like, I did not. I'm tired. I passed him. We need to take a break from the DPS. We need like 2 or 3 more tanks, and then after that, 2 or 3 more healers, and then another 2 or 3 more DPS. That's what I feel like needs to go forward. Because if you keep releasing DPS, you're just reinforcing the fact that people just need to play DPS, because it's going to increase the chances of me getting a DPS player on my team because of the variety. So that's how I feel about that. But that's what the roll queue is. People are arguing from, again, Overwatch and other hero shooters, that the roll queue was, for one, people hated it first, but they accepted it. But I feel like also because Overwatch does not have team up like Rivals does, where you basically pick a character and you get another character and they get a power up, that's going to throw the whole roll queue out the way, because then again, people are going to have to pick off of, which I feel like they're kind of going for this season, team comp and composition, which is like a synergy based thing, where like I pick Spider-Man and Torch, they work together, or I pick let's say Venom and Jeff, they work together, or I pick Iron Man and Ultron, or Iron Man and Ultron. So that means like you're going to have to learn a character, get really good with the character, play at a high level, but the person you team up with is also going to have to play at a high level. And the way that people play this game is they say, oh, Bruce, game's casual. I'm not going to practice. I'm not going to train. And they just go on there and play whatever. And I feel like with roll queues, the casuals are going to hate it, is what I feel like. I feel like it's going to be a waste of a mode. Yeah. But for the competitive scene, I feel like the competitive people can use it. Like, people that actually, like, take the game more serious. That's how I feel about it. Because, like, this composition, for example, would work, but it would throw people off, because it's like a 50-50, and you'd have to have game sense to know that, okay, this is my role, I'm a diver, and I dive. And even, actually, you know what's funny about Torch? Torch is a hybrid between a fly poke character, but he's more of a dive character because you literally have a dive attack, like quite literally. Like your combo is flame shot, dive. And you know what's crazier about Torch? About like his team composition? He has, if you equip the right team, he can have up to like 9 moves. Like
you said he can have up to 9 moves.
Yeah, he gets like 3 passive boost ups, so you can actually get like a 15% damage boost on like your attack. It's kind of crazy. I was watching a video on it, and I was like, I forgot, because think about it, like as far as team comps, you know how everybody else gets their team comp taken away? He's the only character, I think, only one that he stopped teaming up with is Storm at one point, maybe. But he literally has a team up with most characters in the game. But what's funny about Torch, most people don't play Torch. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like we have these cool things in the game, and I feel like most people just underutilize them, to be honest. Which is great why I have these discussions, because I want to kind of point out things that people are not using, like quite literally. But my mouth is dry. I need some water. So comment, like, share, subscribe. Go subscribe to Revion, POPBO. And that's going to wrap it up for the day. If y'all have any questions or any thoughts about the team compositions, or y'all have an idea for a competition y'all want us to go over, let us know. Till next time, peace.